Hi, my name is Alexis. My job is to help you get back with your ex. And in this video, we're going to talk about fear. And I know, as a matter of fact, I've been in your shoes, and as a counselor, helping a lot of people every day, I know it's scary. I know post-breakups are really hard to manage because there's so many uncertainties, so many misunderstandings, so many things, mixed signals. The fact that you've built and had meaningful relationship with your ex. But now, from one day to another, everything is gone. All the projects, the goals, you had a family, for example, and now, you're talking about divorce and splitting the family, the whole thing. It is very scary. And now what I want you to do is to really help you feel better. I want you to try these 5 things to really make or give your ex the fear of losing you. And by doing that, it will release a lot of pressure. You'll feel more confident, and your ex will start to realize that he or she probably made a mistake, and he or she will take action to sort of change his decision, or at least rekindle and reconnect with you. You'll see everything after the jingle.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
The first thing you have to understand is you have to really focus on yourself. And I know a lot of people after a breakup, they start and they lose themselves. They focus on their ex, they think about their ex 24/7. They're obsessed by their ex. And I've been in your shoes, don't get me wrong, I've been in your shoes. It's really hard to let go. Maybe the breakup came as a surprise, and you had, this idea, not this fantasy, but the idea of those projects in mind, and now, paf, it's all shattered. The problem when you are over-focusing on your ex is that he or she knows that you're still available, that you deeply want them back. And therefore, any type of communication, any type of message you send, when you ask them to see each other, they know or they feel that you have a hidden agenda, that what you're trying to do is to get them back, okay? And so what they could be tempted to do is to give you just enough so that you are available, that you can call it on the hook. And therefore, well, they're not afraid. They are living the best of both worlds. For example, I have a client. She is still living with her husband. He wants a divorce, but he doesn't want to go through the whole process. He's dating someone. And so he has best of both worlds. He doesn't have to take accountability for his actions because he cheated on her with that person. He's dating that person, but still living in the family, and therefore has the comfort of a home, even though they're sort of roommates. But I think if you compromise too much, if you forget about the boundaries, forget about what you want, forget about yourself, you create situations where your ex will sort of take advantage. If he or she, your ex doesn't have to make a decision, they won't make a decision, right? They could have the best of both worlds. So it's really important for you to stop focusing on your ex, really start taking care of yourself. We'll discuss that afterwards. But it's so important because if you don't project the right image as well of you knowing what you want, of you respecting yourself, your ex at some point will sort of take advantage of the situation. Second one is the importance of visualization. Right now it's really hard. Right now you're depressed. Right now you're anxious. Right now you're thinking about all the scenarios about how to get back with your ex. I want you to do a visualization rather than in the future, but in the past. My job is very easy because my job is not to help you seduce someone random and get them to fall in love with you. My job is to really bring you back to who you were, bring you back to the relationship you had. Right? I don't help people who had just a flirt, a 2 weeks or 2 months affair. I work with people who've been together for months, for years, who had something strong, right? And I help them to bring themselves and their ex, to invite the ex to come along where they were at the beginning, or when, not even at the beginning, because the beginning is honeymoon phase, but they had something substantial. There's something that made them to get married, have kids, be committed, all these kind of things. You know, if your ex told you, I've never been like that with anyone, you're the first person I feel comfortable with. And the other caveat is that I don't help a lot of people who are in their 20s. I help people who know what is love, who have had relationships, and they know the difference between a strong relationship and just a shallow relationship. Okay? So visualize. It's very important for you to visualize who you were and who you are. The person you are is the same as the person you were 1 week before your ex broke up with you. Right? So there's also this element of sometimes we feel that we are completely stupid, ugly, we are not able to love, nobody will ever love us, because from one day to another, our ex made a decision for us. You are the same person, right? And you can be the person you were 10 years ago. You're the same person, right? So I think it's really important for you to analyze those potential life events, analyze potentially those attachment triggers that I mentioned in other videos when we cover attachment styles, for example. But it's very important for you to visualize all your assets, visualize your success, because your relationship was a success at some stage. The picture I'm showing in this video is a TED Talk. It's kind of a boring TED Talk. The guy is French, he's a professional ski athlete. He won the gold medal in 1992, so when I was a teenager, he was my hero at that time. And he explains that when you want to be performing at a really, he's gold medalist at a really high level, you really need to have to visualize. And his sport is really about visualizing the turns, the bumps, visualizing the race, and there's strong aspect. You visualize the success and the victory way before you start the race, way before you're in the race. Okay, so it's very important for you to visualize, and you have the ability. That's what I teach with my clients sometimes, and I'm going to move on to the next one because otherwise it's going to be a very long video. Some people think that they are really good at visualizing because they are making scenarios, they are ruminating on thoughts, okay? And that creates anxiety because usually what you do is you focus on negative things. What I want you to do is to visualize success, visualize what you had together, visualize the bottle or the glass half full, okay? I'm probably sure that what you're doing is visualize the glass half empty, and you ruminate on those things. Right? And by doing that, you're creating anxiety for you. Okay, so that's what I do with my clients as well, is to really help them visualize. And when you do that, you can think about that, you can Google that online. Visualization is key to success, is the key to achieve your goal. It's good to have a goal, it's good to have SMART goals, KPIs, you name it. It's really about the visualization. So visualize the success, visualize yourself together, you had something, okay? So we can leverage that. That's what I do with my clients. I leverage what you had together. I don't start from scratch. Otherwise it would be too hard and I would have zero success, okay? Number 3, take care of yourself. And take care of yourself, it's, I think it's a very easy tips or common sense tips. What I'm doing here is I'm backing this up with the power of molecules that you have in your body. I'll probably make a video about the molecule of more. It's a book that I read recently, amazing book. But what I want you to do is to think about, those hormones are happiness molecules, right? They have different triggers and different effects, but all of them, if you create those things, you create happiness, okay? And I guess that's a good goal for you to achieve right now. So the first one is sport. And when I say sport, it's whatever you want. If you don't like running, you go cycling. If you don't like cycling, you can just walking. It doesn't matter. Clear your mind, I think sweating is very important. It also helping you feel better. And by doing that, you release endorphin, right? The endorphins will sort of release the stress and help you be in the here and now. Now, there's another thing, it's a lot of pamper yourself. So, I don't know, go to the spa, massage, hairdresser, you name it. I know a lot of women after a breakup, they like to go to the hairdresser and change their hair color. Take care of yourself. It's also about take it easy with yourself. Manage your stress level, Maybe you work too hard, try to, take days off, go at the beach or whatever, nice kind of spring times. If you live in Europe or in the US, if you're in Australia, so like some of my clients, it's winter time, so but it's not really cold in Australia. Anyway, serotonin, hobbies. So this one is quite interesting. It's really about not necessarily doing something that you know. I would challenge you. The idea is to find things to challenge yourself, to the cliche step outside of your comfort zone. Because when you do that, when you challenge yourself, when you learn, when you grow, you create dopamine. This is the molecule of more. And when you do that, you want to do more. You want to challenge yourself. You want to have this thrill. I don't know, getting on stage and doing a stand-up comedy or things like that. Okay? And social support, also very important, whether it's with a therapist, whether it's meeting friends, going on dates. It's really about the molecule that you create when you're with people, when you connect with people. And those molecules will help you feel better. So look at your situation. Maybe you're already doing a lot of sports, but you're very much you're staying at home, being lonely because you feel that's what you want. I would advise you to potentially challenge yourself to do a bit of social activities. Okay, so really look at those things. The idea is not just to stop thinking about your ex, but to create also within yourself, within your body, those sensation of happiness or feel good. Don't show, this one is classic, don't show that you suffer or you're hurt. I had a client recently and he couldn't understand, so I'll try to be quite assertive on this one. When you were together and, I don't know, you had an argument with your boss or you had, I don't know, problems with your family, of course, you can talk with your partner and you can expect your partner to listen, to be empathetic, to help you, to support you. Now, you are not together anymore. Your partner decided to part ways. Your partner decided that they don't want to be with you. Does it mean you'll never get back together? No. But does it mean that you can use your ex-partner, your wife, your husband, as social support? Does it mean that your ex will welcome any sort of conversation that are about, I feel bad, I'm depressed, I want help? No, they are not anymore that person. They can't be that person. They decided to part ways. They decided to end the relationship, and therefore you should never ever consider them as someone who can help you. If you're going through depression because of the breakup or because of something else. So my client was going through a very difficult time because of family matters, and he was telling me like, yeah, but I need her. I need her because I'm so depressed, I'm so sad, I'm hurt, and I need her. And I was telling him, yes, I understand you need her. You need social support. You need someone to help you, to listen to you, to vent probably. But she is not there for you to do that. She's not interested in doing this. And the worst thing is not only that that person or your ex is not there for you, is that by doing that, you're also showing the wrong image of yourself. Right? By doing that, you make the breakup even worse. By doing that, you're forcing something. Your ex wants to enjoy her or his time as a single person. When we talk about relationship recovery, when I help my clients reconnecting with our ex, we keep it shallow. It's the opposite of relationship counseling. Relationship counseling is really about how we can express our needs, set our boundaries, discuss what we want, discuss our inner fear, really get into the the deep emotional stuff. Recovery, especially at the beginning or just after the breakup, it needs to be shallow. It needs to be superficial. It needs to be about good times. It needs to be about attraction. It needs to be about seduction. If you're depressed, if you want to talk to someone, your ex is not the right person to do that. Okay? That's not your ex's role anymore. Okay? So, see a therapist, talk to me, feel free to WhatsApp me. There's a link in the description. If you want to get in touch with me, you can WhatsApp me. It's totally free, and we can discuss your situation. We can discuss whether coaching would be the right thing for you, whether you should stop trying and give up, because sometimes that's what happens. It's not a majority of cases, but sometimes I tell people who speak with me on WhatsApp, well, after we speak for a few days, like I think you should stop trying hard, because it's clear that he or she doesn't want you, or it's clear that that person is toxic for you. But most of the time, we find action plans or initial actions to do that. And it's normal that you feel depressed. It's normal that you feel anxious. But your ex, and to some extent, her or his friends, are not there to help you. That's not their role. And by doing that, you're also showing the wrong image. It's very important for you to take care of the image you're projecting. So don't do that. 5, be proactive. When I say be proactive, it's really how you can become the person she or he fell for. As we discussed the visualization thing, you have 2 options right now. It's hard, it's depressing, it's tough on you, it's emotional and emotionally draining, you have low energy. I get that, I've been there. I help people going through those situations every day. First situation is you just let it pass, sitting on your couch, try to distract yourself from the thoughts, or maybe to stay alone and ruminating on the thoughts. Or you decide to be active, or you decide to take action, or you decide to, because your brain, your attention, and also your time, if you don't do anything, if you're not proactive about those things, it will be populated by things that doesn't matter, by things that will prevent you from getting back with your ex, by things that will create negativity within yourself. If you don't do anything after a breakup and you just sit on the couch and do nothing and see nobody, you'll feel more depressed. Okay? As simple as that. If you don't plan your time and after a breakup and you don't do anything, what you'll be doing is unessential things that, browsing social media, which will make you more depressed. You'll spend time in things that are not important, not creating value, not helping you feel better. Okay? You need to force yourself, to push yourself to take actions. So we discussed about things you could be doing, seeing friends, going out, finding a new hobby or things like that. It's also your responsibility to be proactive about, okay, this is where I am right now. How can I position myself to be where my ex wants me to be? How can I be also positioning myself to be a magnet, to be maybe the person they don't expect me to be? A very common objection that I see when people break up, or sometimes from wives who decide to end relationship with their husband, they tell them, you'll never change. You'll never change, and you don't change the spots on the leopard, right? And so what do? You say, okay, sure. I can't never change, and I'll accept that. And some people, actually a big proportion of people, not the ones watching my videos, they think, okay, I can't change, so it's done. Some other people, so you have the other, who I guess you're watching video, believe that no, I have a growth mindset, I can work on myself, I can prove her or him wrong, I can surprise him or her. And yes, I fucked it up. I did wrong things that led to the breakup. I don't think it's not something I can recover from. I don't think it's too late, so I can work on things. I can position myself. I can surprise. I can prove them wrong. The only way to do that is to be proactive. Is to analyze in a critical way, in an objective way, what went wrong, how can you make the steps to fix things, to position yourself in the right thing. And the busy restaurant or the become a magnet, it's more about seduction, the last point. You don't get back with an ex by running after her or him. You get back with an ex by creating the condition for them to feel attracted to you. Okay? So you don't go to them, you create a product. You rub I was telling a client the other day, you rub yourself with honey and you wait. That's what you have to do. Okay? The busy restaurant is we are attracted as human beings by things that seem popular. So if you walk in the street and there's a restaurant, an empty restaurant, or a busy restaurant, you would go in the busy restaurant and you won't look at the menu because you want to be there. You want to be amongst people who are amongst people, because it's the same as like when you're at school and you go in the courtyard and kids are playing together. You want to be part of that. And so that's what you have to do. You have to create the condition or an image of yourself or life where your ex would think, I want to be part of this. And again, as I discussed before, she or he thought that before, right? I'm not starting from scratch. At some stage before she or he met you or when you started to date, they had this like, I want to be part of this life. So that's what you have to do. It's as simple as that. Okay? If you like the video, don't forget to press like. If you want to watch more videos, subscribe. If you want to get in touch with me, check the links in the description, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
igetmyexback.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.